So we want another die roll. We have 2 Cursecatchers, a Force of Will, a Misstep, Master. I think this is a cupable hand. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, there's just something cool about playing a pro and especially winning against them. So I don't know if I fight this with my Mental Misstep. I think I do. Just with that Master, that can kind of become a, you know, a Grizzly Bear. Also counts as interaction. Might prevent like a turn 1 storm. So let's just see how many resources they're willing to expend. So they were thinking a little while there. Makes me wonder if they were thinking about a Force of Will. So there's another Mental Misstep. I think that's fine. So we can actually run out this. We could run out the Cursecatcher and the Master together. It doesn't really leave us with a Force of Will. So that's not really what I wanted to see. But so how does this hand get better if I don't play out the Master? I mean, I'm able to have Force of Will. I see Tropical Island. Maybe they're on Oath, and we just lose to Oath. In which case, maybe I want to run the Master out and leave the Cursecatcher to pitch to Oath. Or Force of Will. I think we do that. And I'm not going to run the Black Lotus out. Just because then they might... you know, if they see that we have a Black Lotus and we're not playing anything else, then, I mean, I guess they're left to think that maybe it's just interaction. But it also just kind of gives them a little bit more information about what's in our hand. And there's no real need to. Yeah, and so now we actually can leave up a Hardcast Force. So I am going to run out the Cursecatcher now and just try to get a clock going. So we lose our Master, we left with the 1/1. I think we have to force this. And they couldn't force in response because we had the Cursecatcher. So Demonic Tutor's never good. Yeah, Techno Lords is kind of terrifying. I was gonna mention I definitely wasn't expecting the Snapcaster Mage. So maybe I could have been a little bit more patient. Alright, so we do have a lot of Merfolk. We still have quite a few outs. This Mental Misstep would have been great last turn. And so we're just going to kind of be forced to pass here. I mean, I'm happy drawing this over like a land. I really don't like seeing Standstill. So I'm going to keep that Wasteland around for a Mishra's Factory. I probably didn't need to run it out there. I was thinking about Wasteland and Underground Sea, but because now it just gives them a target if they draw Wasteland. So I think I'll hold this one back. So they're probably not going to play into their own Standstill. So we're just kind of left drawing. So I think we really just need to string together a bunch of Merfolk here. So I've had a couple poor draws in a row. So I kind of like this Deathrite Shaman in a Standstill deck. A lot of Standstill decks I've been playing recently have just kind of been on the Mishra's Factory plan. I won't be attacking with this Cursecatcher if I play it this turn, so I have so much mana, there's no really need for me to rush it out this turn and play into their Standstill. There have been games against Standstill before where, so like for instance, I could run out of this Wasteland, get 2 of their land, try to limit their mana a little bit, and then if they get up to like 7 cards, then trigger their Standstill and just kind of hope that they're forced to discard some. But they have so much mana, that's kind of not really a viable strategy. Well, we're getting all of our bad draws out of the way. That means that some good draws should be coming our way. So there's a True-Name. I kind of like... So I am going to... I think I'm going to double Wasteland. And then during my second main, cast Cursecatcher into True-Name Nemesis. I mean, that still leaves them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Yeah, waiting for a Cavern could be good. So I'm down to 10. That basically means that I need to find a Cavern soon enough to make sure this gets through, but then with enough time to also not just die to Deathrite Shaman activations. And the way the clock would be right now is a 5-turn clock. So I think I'm just going to go for it. It might be wrong, but I don't think I have a whole lot of time with that Deathrite Shaman, especially because they can extend my clock by gaining life as well. Yeah, it's true. They would have to play into their own standstill to load their graveyard back up. I guess I was just kind of assuming that they would have the like the spells to feed it.
Introducing Google Home, powered by the Google Assistant. Hands-free help designed for the.
I mean, we could wait one more turn.
With the power of Google, you can ask questions and get answers. Play your favorite music, dim the lights, check your calendar, and so much more. Using just your voice.
But then again, anytime I play into the standstill, then there's no reason for them to hold on to their cards anymore.
And Walmart.
And with 6 cards in hand, they've probably got some additional cards that they'll be able to feed to the Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I don't mind just getting to the next game too. So we'll go ahead and try to misstep that misstep. Maybe draw out another counter spell, and that'll get us our True-Name Nemesis on board. But we're gonna have to draw into a. We're gonna have to hope this Cursecatcher sticks, and then we draw into a Lord, and they just don't have anything. And I just don't think that's gonna be the case. Oh yeah, you know what? That was really dumb. I'm just so used to paying life. That was just definitely a misplay. Yeah. Yep. Nope. That was not smart. So I think that's probably a good game. Probably should have played the Lotus Petal while they don't have standstill. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and move to the next game just in case we have some drawn out games. I'm a little bit behind on the clock. And I just don't think I'm going to get out of that one. So I'm going to bring in some Stifles. Maybe hit some Landstill triggers. Maybe hit some fetch land triggers. I don't think Null Rod's going to be very useful in the matchup. And maybe bring in one Dismember and another Dismember for if they have any. I mean, we saw Snapcaster Mage. Grafdigger's Cages. Are they better than anything else? No, but I was thinking I could trigger it with a Merfolk and then stifle the trigger, or the stifle the trigger afterwards. I think this is fine. Oh, but I see what you mean, because it's still on the board, so alright, so we'll keep here. I think we will put that on bottom. I could lead with an island and just hold up Stifle and hope they have a fetch land, but I'm going to go Cursecatcher first. Yeah, Tuxdev, I don't know what I was thinking. I realize now what you're saying. It doesn't sacrifice and put the trigger on the stack. It puts the trigger on the stack, and then the trigger lets you sacrifice it. So by stifling it, you would just trigger it again. So it definitely makes the stifles a little bit worse. Stifling with Black Lotus would be kind of nice. So again, I kind of had a choice of like leading Island, holding up Stifle, or leading Grafdigger's Cage, or Cavern of Souls and going Cursecatcher. I was just trying to get a little bit of pressure on the board. Maybe it would have been right to hold up that Stifle though. And if they go into like a dual land here, it would have been nice to catch them with the Stifle and then Wasteland their dual land. Yeah, so it's looking like I may have made kind of a poor choice, but oh well. I think I'm gonna lead to this island to hold the Stifle up for the Black Lotus. And then the next turn I can Wasteland. So Tuxdev, do you think that if they try to crack this Lotus this turn, I should try to Stifle? I could go for the Misty Rainforest. I mean, that's a recurring source of mana, whereas the Black Lotus is kind of like a one-time deal. Oh, right. Okay. So we let that resolve. I think we'd rather force whatever they tutor up. So do we go for... do we try to force of will this Ancestral Recall? I don't think so. So I think I want to Stifle here. They probably already have drawn into a Mental Misstep. I think just as the game goes on, it's just going to be harder to resolve that Stifle. And I think getting them early and maybe trying to get a little bit of tempo is worth it. And so now I'm going to have to decide, do I want a Force of Will? I don't think so. I kind of want to get that Lord on the board. So there's a Deathrite. So that's what got us last game. We did bring in another Dismember. So one thing I've heard about Merfolk in Vintage is that one of the problems can be that sometimes you just get buried under cards. So there's not, you can play Ancestral Recall, and then there's a couple of Silvergill Adepts, but other than that, there's not really any good card draw. And so you run against some decks that just bury you in resources. So we could Wasteland, run out of Cursecatcher, or we could get a Lord and start swinging in with our dude. I think we go Lord, start swinging with our dude. And probably Wasteland the Underground Sea. Yeah, Chalice would really help out Merfolk for sure. Some lists run just the one, which could be right. I'm choosing to run 3 Null Rod. Maybe I could cut like a Phantasmal Image and make space for the one Chalice. But I think it makes our Mental Missteps a little bit worse. If you don't have a Cavern to cast your Cursecatchers, it's a little bit worse. You can't cast your Ancestral Recall. So maybe he just doesn't want it. Not quite sure. Yeah, Merfolk is a very consistent deck, which is really nice. But like I said, I mean, I think I've seen some lists that run it, so some people find room for it. They might not be running all the missteps. Maybe they're running Daze, even though I've kind of heard that Daze has fallen out of favor a bit. So there's Treasure Cruise. Do we Force of Will? I mean, I kind of like the idea of having another Cursecatcher on the board, just so I can attack in and apply the pressure. But I don't really. I think they're behind on, they're actually light on land a little bit. Maybe not that bad even. I think I try to force this. Again, I think we're just going to get buried under resources here. I mean, already if they let this resolve, they've got 5 cards in hand. We have our board state's a little bit better, but we're definitely behind. And I feel like letting that Treasure Cruise resolve just puts us even farther behind. So now, do we get rid of the Cursecatcher to remove this treasure cruise? I think we do. I think we just hope to draw into some more Merfolk that we can cast. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, so they can pay for that. Yeah, so TuxDev, this is a, I think there's like a 20-second lag on the chat. Yeah, so I should have like waffled a little bit more on that. Yeah, that's my bad. Yep, so not a real great showing in terms of skillful play, but maybe we'll just luck out. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, I'm totally not blaming the fact that I couldn't, like, you know, see what someone was telling me outside of the game to, you know, make the right call. You know, ultimately I need to play better. It does take them off mana for this turn. I don't know if there's any merit to that, but you figure with drawing 3 cards, they probably drew another land. Wasteland's gonna hurt. So we're pretty far away from casting that Silvergill Adept. We have Island Walk with the Cursecatcher, but I feel like if I don't attack with the Lord, then they could Abrupt Decay the Lord, and then I get blown out. So I kind of feel like if they have Abrupt Decay, it's no worse for me to attack with the Lord than it is to hold it back, because I'm still going to lose the Lord and the Cursecatcher. Yeah, so things are looking pretty grim for us.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas storage. Before you head up the ladder to
Yeah, now they're going to have a Mistress Factory online.
64 quart latching storage totes. A special buy at just $6.48. You'll save $2. They're clear.
So we just need to draw another Merfolk, and maybe we can start crawling out of this hole a little bit.
You can pack away, well, everything. The store more save more event. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through January 29th in store and online while supplies last.
So, but they've got 7 cards, we've got 1. Oh, there's another Wasteland. See if they activate this factory. Yeah, so they're going to be putting the screws on. And I think that we're going to have some pretty perfect draws to get out of it. And even then, they have so many cards in hand, I just don't know if we can kind of realistically expect to win here. So it looks like we'll probably finish this stream out at 2-2. Which is a bit of a bummer, but that's fine. I think that means that I'm 8-4 in daily matches in my last 3 dailies. So we are going to get to cast this Silvergill now. Well, I mean, we'll see if it resolves. They've got 5 cards. So there's a Force of Will. They have the mana pay for it. I'm not falling for that again. So they're going to be able to burn us out here pretty quickly. I think even if I'm able to play this True Name, then I'm probably still not winning. Because I think they've got me on a 2-turn clock now. Now they definitely have us on a 2-turn clock. And blocking with the Cursecatcher is just not a winning strategy. Yeah, so they don't even need to. They can leave their Mistress Factories back for blocking. Yep, so I think that's a good game. See how the rest of the... Oh, you can't see it. So I'm down to 7. Puts me at a virtual 3, because I can use them again next turn. Swing one with the factories, I'm forced to block, but I don't even know if they would do that. They're in such a good spot, they can just wait to... Well, now they might swing with at least 1. Yeah, so now we're dead because they're going to be able to pump whichever Mistress Factory goes unblocked and Deathrite Shaman for the remaining lethal. Alright, so we lost the match. Let's see what we would have drawn. Yeah, so I don't think we're drawn out of that anytime soon.